Hello, beezbladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I hope you're having a fan-freaking-tastic day. We're going to check out a bunch of knives as quickly as possible, maybe in short order. I don't know. You never know. Sometimes I could be long-winded, but our goal today is to go to Blade Binge and see what we can find for $75 or less. And if you don't know about Blade Binge, well, you haven't hung out at the high streams very often because we always go check it out. Blade Binge is a secondary market where you can buy and sell knives, and you rate the sellers, and your sales are guaranteed and all that stuff. I'll probably get into that and mention that in a minute. But I'm over here in the filter area. I'm going to the price range, and you could go all the way up. You could go up to Mr. Fancy Pants if you want to, but I'm going to go down here to the $75 and below range and see what pops up. Because the last time we did this, we found some awesome stuff. I mean, some awesome stuff. But yeah, leave me a comment down below and listen. Every Friday night, beezblades live at the Hive. All right. We go and check out Blade Binge among all the other fun stuff we do. Now, here you go. 25 bucks for a CJRB bolt. That has their second generation lock. That's a good deal. For $25 to have a different lock. And if you're a knife collector, that means you're probably like me. You want different knives, different scales, different skills, and all that good stuff. Look at that. There's some Flightanium micarta scales for an 80-20.5. Those look very nice. Now check this out. 45 bucks for a Kaiser Mini Militov. That looks like a pretty good deer. It's a VG10 in that Karudi wood. I have no idea how to say that wood. Every time that I see that, I like Karudi. There's a Miguron Takov for 30 bucks. But yeah, we're just gonna cruise through here. Now look, okay, listen, 22 bucks for a Praxis. I mean, dude, $22 for a Praxis. If you don't have a CVV Praxis, $22, you will carry that knife all the freaking time, and that'll be worth. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's why I want to go here and start checking this stuff out, because every time I come on Blade Binge, I get lost. You could get lost shopping through all the stuff and the deals. And basically what's going on here is people are selling their knives. Like they bought some extras. They have 3 or 4 knives laying around that they bought. They didn't really care about a whole lot, or they didn't use, or they're like, you know what? I'm going to sell 3 or 4 of these and buy a fancier one. So here you go. 41 bucks for a Sencut Slashkin. Now that right there, to me, that looks like someone is selling a knife at a regular price, because just my instincts telling me that price. And that's the thing, is you can always check to make sure the seller is actually selling it for a good deal, right? Because if you go to like Blade Binge and you go to another site and Blade Binge, someone's selling it for the same price as brand new, well, obviously, that seller is going to have to learn their lesson and lower their price just a little bit. And here's something, boy, that Tenable Fenrir in purple, man, that's a good looking knife. But that's something else, is I bought a Grail for Mrs. Beez off of Blade Binge, and it was a little pricey. I think I told you guys last time that we went shopping on here, checking out stuff. Look at that SRM. Oh boy, you know what, SRM? That's the thing when I go on Blade Binge, is I start squirreling, because the SRM are such good knives. I'm betting you 65 is a pretty good price for that. But before I digress too much, what I'm talking about is when I got Mrs. Beez her Grail knife, I messaged the seller. I'm like, hey, if you ever decide you want to sell it for 50 bucks cheaper, let me know. And it wasn't very long at all. And I got a message from him saying, yeah, I'll do 50 bucks less. And I bought it. And you can get Grails or knives. What is this? I have never heard of this brand. A husband? That's a cool looking knife. I've never heard of it or seen it before, but you know what? I'm a sucker for milling. Love me some good milling. There's a Concept Main Street for $60. That's a good deal. And how many pages? I mean, I don't even know how many pages are under $75. It goes on forever. So look, there's over 200 pages of knives under $75, and we're just starting to check them out. You know what? This one right here, the Spyderco Rock Jumper Plain Edge, that's a pretty sweet looking knife. I like that blade, and the way I keep messing around with the screen, it makes it disappear on me. Kubi Titius for $59. That's a beast of a knife. Kubi Echo, $55. Now see, here's someone else selling a Civivi Mini Praxis for $20. $20. You can be on a super budget and go on here. There's a Kubi Monster Dog for 48 bucks. A Dream Tech. See, I've never heard of Dream Tech. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep squirreling. Don't worry. That's one of the things is every time I go on Blade Bench, I find brands that I've never heard of. I'm like, I wonder if that's a good brand. What kind of steel do they use? USA made Gerber Easy Out with S30V. Really? So a Gerber with S30V for $55. I've never experienced a Gerber with steel over unimaginative imagination imagination steel. I can't think of the word that I want to say. Oh, I had a really funny name on the tip of my tongue, the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of what it was. About a buck 744 sovereign, $30. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what the buck 744 sovereign is, but if you're into bucks, it doesn't matter. Matter of fact, I'm going to try something. Let's say I'm looking for a Voss Steed, and let's see if I can find a Voss Steed for less than $75. Just going up in the search bar, because you can narrow this down by steels, knife brands, you name it. Probably scale material. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Look at this. A Voss Steed raccoon cub for $42. A raccoon with carbon filter. Carbon fiber Voss Steed raccoon, brand new in box. That is probably, I'm guessing that's probably the top liner lock, and it has blue micarta. It has some good looking micarta on it. Ooh, now this is one that was sold out for a while, and everybody was going nuts about waiting for Voss Steed to come back with it. And Voss Steed porcupine for $50. That is a nice knife, and I'm pretty sure that's a top liner lock. There's two different variants of the porcupine. So look here. So man, wow. Okay, so we have quite a few. There's a mini nightshade for $65. Dude, there's a Thornton. Check that out. That's a knife you don't see around very often. And the raccoon drop point liner lock, dude. Man, you can't go wrong with that. So there's Voss Steed. Now, if I wanted to, let's see. You never know. Like, let's just look and see if there's a wee knife for under 75, because that is one way to weed out. Like, if you're looking to see if someone's just trying to get rid of a knife, you can always do a search like that and see. All right, so we have wee knife beads. Oh yeah, by the way, they have all the EDC gear on here too. Blade Bench has knives, EDC gear, flashlights, watches, all that kind of stuff. And what I was going to tell you earlier was that, you know what, I'm not seeing wee knives. Oh, wait a minute, off-grid Raptor. Okay, so we went off-grid. But one of the things that I was going to tell you, and I'm going to go for Civivi here, is that, and I lost my train of thought. I lost that quick. Switching to a new search. I lost my train of thought. That's okay. And if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm not worried about being perfection. I'm on a just giant knife journey, just like the rest of you. If you're watching this right now, look at there. There's look at that. The Civivi Stormhow. I have that one right over there. This one looks so good in person. And by the way, if you stop by the live stream, if you want to see a knife, if it's a Civivi or Wee or Sencut or Kaiser or anything like that, I'm going to be able to show you what it looks like. We can talk about it. Civivi Cubit. There's a Cubit for $37. But oh yeah, so people are selling these knives. I remember what I was going to tell you is that the buyer and the seller are guaranteed on Blade Bench. So that's very cool. If you're selling a knife, all you got to do is post it on Blade Bench, and then when it sells, Blade Bench sends you the postage. And, that's not the point of this video. This is a shopping video. But I always tell people because, well, I've been known to repeat myself. I repeat myself for a reason, because every time there's a live stream or a video, I keep in mind that this might be the first time someone has ever discovered the new knife world, that there's knives more than you can get at Walmart or Kmart or something like that. Kmart, that's what I grew up just seeing what was there. By the way, look at this. The Timber Bark fixed blade. It's $59, and that is a sweet Civivi. All of these are under $75. There's a Backlash for $42. Oh yeah, but anyway, that's just some of the cool stuff about Blade Bench, and this has become the most popular buy and sell secondary market website that there is. And something cool that we saw the last time that we were checking knives out, where people were putting knives in here in bundles. Oh wow, there's the Civivi Chevalier. I thought it was Chevalier. It's Chevalier. Oh, $69. That's a really nice one. Man, I have a lot of these in my collection. Now, I don't think I have this one. This is the Elijah Isham Anthropos. That is very cool. That's a designer who, is not around anymore. So that's another thing. I mean, there's just so many cool things that all of these people posting all this stuff on Blade Bench are knife lovers, just like we are. And I just want to go over here and check out the listing types, the conditions. You can choose what kind of steel you're looking for. Matter of fact, let's see if we could go over here and look at the steel type. So we're under $75, right? So let's see what knives let's see if we can find some, more nice, some more premium steel. Let's see if there's a chance we can find some like S35VN or something like that. Let me go down here and find it. There we go, S35VN. Let's see if there's a possibility that we can find a knife under 75 bucks with S35VN. I think that would be a very cool thing to find. So let's see what we got here. We have a Civivi Trailblazer. That's 38 bucks. I don't think that's going to be S35VN. Now, admittedly, sometimes I screw up and I don't put the right search on there. So I'm going to go over here and double check what I'm searching for to make sure I'm putting in the right steel and clicking on the right things, because I've been known to screw that up from time to time. Let me try Nitro V and take S35VN off. And let's see if I can apply this. And, I'm recording this live, so there is no editing or anything like that. So if I'm clicking the wrong things, then that's okay. You're still getting the idea. You're still going shopping with me. You still get to see what I'm seeing. So let's see the Civivi Vision. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some Nitro V. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, look. Oh, here we go. Look at this. The Civivi Vision FG, and that is some good. Oh, that's some good looking micarta. Oh, yeah. So that's going to be Nitro V. Let's see what shape it's in. So you can see right here, the seller, David MZ1 or MZL, he has 5 ratings, 5-star ratings. That means that nobody's had any issues with what he's done. So that's something else nice to know, is you'll see that the ratings, whether the person, has advertised it correctly. You'll go down here and see the specifications. It's a folding knife, Civivi. It has micarta, Nitro V steel, excellent condition. That's something else that's nice, is the people will put brand new in box or what condition the knife is in, or they'll say barely used. And that's the thing that's really nice. They'll say 1 scratch right here, and they'll post several pictures of it. So that's something that's also very nice. And there's a Kaiser Assassin for 59 bucks. Oh, a Kaiser Cutlery Vanguard Nick Consoli Task Clutch. Wow, that's a mouthful. If I ever had one. Oh, there's a Raccoon for 60. And I'm just looking to see if something really pops out at me. Now, here's something that's popping out, is the Civivi Vexillum. That is a beast. And if you haven't seen the G10 on this knife close up, that's some really nice G10. Let's see what else we have here. There's a lot of Civivi, a lot of Kaiser. So this is a popular question that I get often on the channel during the live stream. People will say, "What's a great knife under $100, or what's a great knife under 75 bucks?" And that is something we don't explore enough. Is all of the options. Like right here, the Civivi Baby Banner fixed blade. That is a fantastic small fixed blade. I like smaller fixed blades for carries. There's a drop bear too. Whoa. What is this? I don't know. Yeah, I do. I do have one of those. I like this blade shape. When I was looking at this, I was like, that doesn't look like a drop bear. This is the drop bear 2. I like the drop bear, but the drop bear 2 I like even more because it's a little more slender and you get a hollow ground blade with it. That's pretty good. I would say, I'm just guessing 70 is probably around the normal price. There's the Kai V. I have one of the Kai Vs at work in my desk. And the Terax, that thing is a beast. It's a little chunky. And let's see, we're getting a lot of Civivi and a lot of Kaiser. I mean, a ton. You would think that I put the filter on there for that brand. So let me go down here and look at the blade material. Let's see, blade tank, blade steel type. I'm going to go to steel type, and I'm going to take that down and take that particular thing off, because I put Nitro V. That's going to bring up the brands that have that as a popular. I'm just gonna go back to the $75 range, and let me check and see how long we've been streaming here. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was fast. So let me just see what random knives are gonna pop up, because I've just started and I've already seen so many. Oh, there's the little Main Street for 35 bucks. Double stacked trigger card wallets, RFID. I don't even know what's in there. A homemade file knife with bone handle. See, that's something else. Is there's knives in here that are homemade, that are customs. I mean, you could go all the way up and you can go Mr. Fancy Pants with it. But I haven't even gone to page 2. I apologize, but this is just a good representation of what happens when you go to Blade Bench. You just get lost and there's just so many options. And just doing this recording, just to see if we find something really cool in this short recording, that's my hope. Oh, look at this. The Remet RTB, 48 bucks. This thing has a little metal file, a little spike. It's titanium. And you talk about some sweet stuff. I love it when a knife has an extra feature like that, because, you know, I'm a knife collector. I love anything new locks. Look at that. There's a mini Corvid, brand new in box. That's got some shagadelic colors to it. But I like anything new, right? New steel, new lock bar, new lock type, anything like that. And if you, this is something that people will do. A brand new knife that's popular will come out, and people will buy it up and try to sell it for you know, more than it's worth. If they do that, people aren't going to buy it, and then they'll lower their price. Look at there. There's a Kaiser Drop Bear, 54 bucks. Oh, this is the one. You know what? I'm going to pull this up. This is the one with that blue rich light. The rich light, I don't know what it is. There's something about the texturized look to it. Look at this. That is a good looking knife. I have one. I carry it often. Love this blade shape. It's kind of the modified sheep's foot blade shape. Such good stuff. Let's see what they say here. Button, manual, nitro V, knives, excellent, Kaiser. So they didn't put a whole lot of information in there. This person has sold 63 knives and they have a 5-star rating. So if you're looking for a knife and you find it and you see that they've sold that many knives with 5-star, that means you're going to get exactly what they're advertising. It's not like meeting in a Walmart parking lot or doing Facebook, you know, where people have to meet up somewhere and you don't know if they're going to show up or something shady's going on. If you have something for sale and somebody buys it, Blade Bench sends you the postage and then you mail it out, and you pay a percentage. Blade Bench gets their piece for getting the knife sold for you. And it's just, I don't know. It's just the coolest thing ever. Here you go. Leatherman Skeletool, 30 bucks. So if you don't have a Leatherman because they're a little pricey, I bought one of those for Mrs. Beez for Christmas last year or the year before. And I can tell you right now, her Skeletool was not $30. That's someone really, hold the bus. Hold the bus. A Penguin Glide Lock, 40 bucks. That's a fantastic knife. Oh my, well, there you go. I just clicked on a bread knife in all my excitement, but I think you guys are getting the idea. But I really am hoping here in the next minute or two, although that Leatherman Skeletool for 30 bucks, I think that's probably going to be one of my faves from this really quick, you know, off the wall, quick recording of looking around. A Skeletool. How much was that? I'm going to write that down. Leatherman Skeletool, 30 bucks for a Skeletool. That has to be a good deal. And after this live stream, I'm going to look and see if I can find out what they cost, because that's my goal, is to find one that stands out in a quick 20 minutes or less video. I'm assuming this has been around 20 minutes or less. We're at 20 minutes already. Holy cow. All right. I'm going to stop. You guys get the point. I'm going to do some more videos of this and do some more searching, and maybe some ahead of time searching to show you what I'm finding. This was me rambling and just looking around on Blade Bench, and I found something that really, last time, does anyone remember what I found last time for 75 bucks that I couldn't believe? Yeah, it was I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to see if you watched the last video. So let me zip back up here. I hope you enjoyed just doing a little random shopping. If you're like me and you like looking at knives, then you maybe appreciated this. But check out Blade Bench. They're very cool. I'm going to find some more stuff. We're going to look at some more stuff, but I'm going to see how much a skeleton will cost. Now, listen, up on your screen, somewhere up here, you're going to have a couple videos pop up. Those are brand new knives, new EDC gear, new flashlights, something like that I've just released that just came out. Go check those out. I always have links in the comments and the description of the video and all that good stuff. But until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the Hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.